with the Saraswati Vandana. You all can close your eyes, join your hands. Saraswati Mahabhage Vidye Kamalalochane Vidyarupa Vishalakshi Vidyam Dehi Namostute Vidyam Dehi Namostute. Now, Nidhi ji is going to check the assignments and show you the mistakes that that are commonly found in the assignments.
Thank you, Veronica ji. Good morning, everyone. If you could give me presenter rights.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, just 1 minute. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, it's visible, Nidhi ji.
Thank you. So I have picked some assignments, and also I would also like to mention that not all children are sending their assignments, and very few are received. In some groups, we don't have any assignment. So what I would suggest is, once we finish the first part, the vowels, as we say, when we finish those, I would request everyone to send at least, if not the whole page, but at least write it once and send it to us. All of us who are all of the children who are participating, I would strongly suggest that you send your assignments. Okay, so this is the first assignment. It did not have a name. And also, when you send the assignment, write the name on the top of the page, so that when we display those, we are able to, call out those names as well. So, see, this mistake in oo is seen in couple of assignments, that when you draw the curves for oo. So, for example, if you're writing oo, make sure that you first draw the horizontal line, then both these lines are straight, and then you take a curve and you take it ahead. Sorry for the pen, the pen that I'm using. We'll show it on the screen as well when we take a revision of the letters. So, so for example, when you're taking this curve, make sure that the curve here is, the first is a sharp corner and the second one is a round corner, and the curve is a little straight here. Sorry, a long curve here. So here, for example, if you can see the correction marked is, the bottom curve is very small. So that's the correction marked here. So, and here if you see, there is a correct mark done here. So this is the correct formation of oo. Again, E, everyone is doing a very good job, in following the curves that are supposed to be drawn in E. Just make sure that while you're drawing it in a grid, you follow, these, just follow this imaginary line that your E should fall in this gap only. So, for example, if your curve should not go beyond these. So, for example, if your upper curve is following, falling in this area, your below curve should also follow or fall in this area. For example, if you can see in this assignment, the bottom curve is a little big. So just make sure that you follow this imaginary line and draw both the curves within this. So I'll try and draw 1 minute. Veronica ji, would we be able to just draw all the letters once today before we start further?
Yes, we can do that quickly. Yes.
Yeah, just once all the letters for the children to revise, because I'm trying to draw this. I'm not.
Yeah, we can do that in the revision. No problem.
Yeah. So I hope you're getting. So, for example, if this is your above curve, so bottom curve should also be under this and of the same length. So like this. So it follows the same length. Sorry for the pen is just giving a predictive stroke. Try and draw this if it doesn't give a predictive stroke. Oh, sorry. It's just giving a predictive stroke. So this is, the kind of the both the curves should be right on top of each other. So this is these are a couple of just a few, I would say, but otherwise everyone's doing a great job. So this U, as I said, is the first curve has to be the first turn should be a little sharper, and the second one is a long curve. As you can see, it's very beautifully drawn U, the Dirgha U. Okay, here again, as I mentioned in U, the curve has to be longer, and the same correction as in E. The curves of the E should be appropriate, on top of each other and of a equal length. And there's a correction here in ohm, so we'll try and draw it as Veronica ji just mentioned, that we'll try and draw all the letters once for everyone's benefit. So there is a slight correction in ohm. We'll just show that when we begin our lesson. Again, the same correction in U. The bottom curve has to be a little longer. And so here, I had the name for this assignment. I think it was sent to me directly. Just 1 minute. It's very nicely done. This is Hasini. So I would appreciate, I really like that you've using a calligraphy pen. I'm sure everybody would get the hang of writing the letters with a calligraphy pen, because it's a very beautiful script, and it comes out very nicely with a calligraphic pen. So it's very appreciable that you're using a calligraphy pen. And again, just a small mistake in E. Otherwise, the all letters are very nicely attempted with the calligraphy. I think it looks like more like a column rather than a calligraphy pen. So I really appreciate that. These are a few assignments that we had received, Veronica ji. So I think we should start with today's session. And if you could just draw the letters once for
Okay.
everyone to
Thank
see.
you. Thank you, Nidhi ji. We will share, we will start today's session. Can you make me the presenter again?
Yes, just a minute. I am not able to assign. Can you take back, probably because you're the host?
Let me check. I'm not able to do it now.
1 minute, I'll try it again. Yeah, I've shared.
Yes. Thank you. Is the screen showing, Nidhi?
Yes.
Okay. So, as Nidhi ji has mentioned, that what we will do is we will draw all the letters once again quickly. I won't spend much time on that. And then we will do today's new lesson that we are supposed to start with. So the first letter that was our first in the first lesson that we did was Om. Students who have joined the second session and the third session, they might have missed this, who were not present for the first session. So they can just quickly note down. This is Om. Next one that I'm drawing is letter A, the first letter of Varnamala. Now the second one I'm going to draw is A. Next one is E, the Lagu Swar. You don't have to write this. All those students who have already done this and their assignments have been checked and there is no correction, they don't need to write it again. It's just to show you if you are making any mistakes while drawing these letters, then you should correct them. And for those who have not attended the first and second session, who might have missed the first letter Om and so it's for them to see and note down the corrections if there are any. Not all needs to be written down. This we have already completed. So the next letter after this is, see, this E, as there was a correction in the assignment. This is E. When you draw this bottom curve, the upper curve should be exactly on top of it with a little gap. And this curve here, it's not completely closed like this. Make sure that both the ends are open. Here also it's kind of open, little slightly curved you can see here, and here also there is a very slight curve, but it's not closing down. Okay, so note down this shape properly. So now the next one we will do is E, the Dirgh Swar, the long sound of E. Now these two dots, they should be exactly on the top of the Shirorekha, this top line, and make sure the placement of these is like this. You know, there's a complete gap between these two dots, and each dot should be placed one here and one here. This is the middle line. So one dot will go to the left and one dot will go to the right. Okay, so this is how it is shaped. Next one is U. This most of you have written correctly. So this is U. And now the next one, U. Here, this part, almost everyone has got it right. Few errors here, which again I'm telling you to note down, that this tail will come a little down and then this tail is extended and it stops here. So this you need to note down again. Rest all the letters are almost drawn correctly. So this was the revision of all the previous letters. So we will begin with our new session, new lesson today. I'm not going to erase it, just in case anyone wants to copy it. They can copy it later. The next one that we are going to do today is the letter Re. This is how we draw Re. In Devanagari, you all must be aware of this letter. Re. Re se Rishi. It's that Re. The small sound of Re. Okay.
Veronica ji, your present, your screen actually I think is frozen, not able to see.
How I move my pen, where I start this letter from. I am not starting it from the middle of the Shiroreka.
Veronica ji,
Yes.
uh, we're not able to see your screen correctly. There's a slight lag. If you could just refresh. Yeah, I think now everybody would be able to see, but there is a slight lag.
Okay.
So if you could just start back the letter again.
Okay. Okay. So can you did you see this Re in Devanagari?
I couldn't see. If you could, somebody could just drop a message in the chat box if participants were able to see it, because I've received messages from everyone. Not
Oh, okay. Then I
There's
think
a
there is
slight
some
lag. If you could
connection
just
issue.
start again. Yeah.
I will just refresh it. But you are able to see the screen, right?
Now it's visible. Yes.
Now it's okay. So when I'm drawing, just let me know if it's showing now.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm drawing it again. Is it coming now?
Yeah. Now it is coming. If you could just somebody could send a thumbs up or just drop a message in
Yes.
the chat. Yes, it's
Okay.
visible now.
Okay. So I'm again drawing this letter Re. The short swar, the short one, lagu one, Re. This is how we write this in Devanagari. Okay. Now I'm going to draw this in Sharada. Now when I'm starting this letter, I'm not starting it from the middle of this. See, there is a Shiroreka here. I'm not starting it from the middle. So pay attention to this. I'm taking slightly to the left. I'll go slightly to the left and start drawing it. Okay, so this is Re in Sharda. So again, I'm going to draw this. Slightly to the left, not from the center. And then you draw this curve at the bottom. Now, if I draw it with a normal sketch pen, this is how it is going to look like. From the left, I take a stroke down. And at the bottom, I make a small curve here. One more time, I'm going to draw it. Because I'm going to tell you now what are the mistakes that usually students do while drawing this letter. So this is how it is going to be. Okay. Now, I will tell you what all mistakes you need to avoid. You draw this letter, you will not start from the center. You will not make the letter like this. Okay. The reason being, when you do this, when you start it from the center, like this, then the Shirorekha is not covering the letter, correct? You see, this curve is coming out of the Shirorekha, of this top line. It's going out. So what you need to do is start from the left, not extreme, a slight left. Then you draw this straight line. And when you reach till the end, when you reach this end, you will make a small curve like this. Now, while making this curve, make sure that you don't do it like this. Okay, don't make a straight curve here, like an angular curve, not like this. What you are supposed to do is you are going to make a semicircular arc here, like this. It's a little semicircular arc which you take up and then stop here. Okay, and do not take it too up like this. Don't make it like this. Otherwise, it's going to look like this. And it's going to be incorrect. Okay? So keep a slight, make a slight curve here and stop it. Okay, like this. And don't make it inwards like this. Don't make it curvy, and don't make the round go in. This round should not go in. It's a curve, it stops here. Okay, when you draw this curve, it stops here. I'm not taking it inwards. You got it? Here. I'm not making a round here. There is no curve after this line. It just goes up and stops here. Okay, and see, there is no straight. It's not a straight line at the bottom. It's a curve. See here, this semicircle. You draw this like this. That's it. This is the shape that you need to draw at the end of this line. At the end of this line, you will draw this semicircular arc. Okay, so now copy this for now, and then you can write the page later.
Veronica ji, if you could just also suggest how broad the curve should be, because sometimes if the curve is, the broadness of the curve is smaller, so it will look like a, inverted U or something. If you would just mention that also.
Okay. Okay, so let me change the brush. When we draw this here, I'm going to draw this curve. This should not go beyond this point. Okay, now if you draw an imaginary line here, draw an imaginary line. So this line should be drawn at the end of the line. This line, see here. I'm going to draw it again. See, when I draw this, I draw the straight line at the end. When you reach here, from here you imagine a imaginary line here. Okay, this is the imaginary line. This is not, we are not going to draw this. And from here we make an arc and then stop here. So this will not go beyond this imaginary line. If this is what you wanted me to explain, Nidhi?
Yes. Sometimes it happens, the curve comes a little smaller, so it becomes sharp. So just a clarification there. Thank you.
Correct. Thank you. So this is how we are going to do it. You imagine a line here, and then you draw the circle at the end of this vertical line. Okay. This much it should be. Okay, so now let us take the second letter, the next one. This was the short swar. This was the lagu swar, re. Now another one that we are going to do is re. It's a long swar, a long sound of re. You might not have done this in your school, or might not have heard of this. Some of you might have. I'm not sure how many of you are aware of this letter. But as we have other vowels, this vowel also has a lagu swar and a dirgh swar. So this is the dirgh swar of re. So this, in this re, there were just one stroke here, as you see, just one loop. In re, what we usually do is this one loop and this another loop. This is how you can differentiate between the two letters. So this is re. And now I'm going to draw this in Sharada. Now again the same thing. I will not start from the center. I will start from the little left hand side. Again, I will draw a semicircle down under. This is a semicircle. Now in case of re, I will draw another same shape like this, but it will be smaller and it will be inside this shape. And another. Sorry. Do it again. Here I will stop. So now I'm going to draw this again and very slowly. First semicircle that we already learned, that after this line you will draw a semicircle here and you will stop it here, and you will imagine a line here, and this curve should not go beyond that imaginary line. Now the second one, it's the same shape. It's the same thing that we did with the first stroke. The only thing is it's a little smaller and it comes inside of this bigger curve. So it's the same shape if you see it properly. Same vertical line. Then you have one more curve like this, and here also you will stop here. You will imagine an imaginary line here also, and after this vertical line ends, your vertical line ends here, then you draw this semicircular arc, and this arc will not go beyond this line. Okay, same what we did with the first one. We drew this vertical stroke first and then we stopped here. When this line ends, these lines you don't need to draw. This is just to make you understand how much bigger or smaller the curve, the lower curve should be. Okay, then this circle here, circular arc here, and see it's not going beyond this circular line. It's not going like this. Okay, it will stop where this imaginary line is. Now I'm going to show what mistakes usually are made while drawing this letter. See, when this is drawn, first you have to take it to the left, not from the center. This is our first curve. So what usually happen is, students generally tend to make the curve like this. You see this one, the second curve is going out from the first curve. Here it was inside, both the curves were inside. Here you see this is going out from the line. The first curve is here and the second one is going out from it. So this is wrong. Make sure that you do not do like this. And another one, what happens is you draw this curve here. Little bigger, you'll make it. And you will start the other one from here and make it too short. So this is again a wrong shape. Why wrong? Because this curve here, the second curve is too short. There is no length to it. There is just a curve you can see here. Okay, so make sure that this curve, the second curve, is also long enough, and then you draw a curve here. Okay, so this is also the wrong shape that you need to take care of, that this should not be made like this. These are the correct shapes. I am drawing it with the normal pencil also, a normal brush. The first one. Then you don't leave too much of gap in between the two lines. If the first line is here, don't take the second one from here. Okay, a little gap is enough. Should be very close to the first line. And then you draw the second curve. So this is re. So copy these two, then we can move to the next letter. This one you must have copied, so then this one you need to copy. Don't make this one. This is I'm showing this is the wrong way of writing it. I've put a cross on it. One more thing, when you draw the second curve, don't make it too big again. Don't make it like this. Okay? Keep it of the same length as you have made this one. Same way. Just a curve at the bottom. That's it. Okay, it should not go way up. So we will take two more letters, and after that we will randomly ask you to show your assignments before we close our session. So let me take two more letters. These two are very simple. As you see, there is not much difference in the two letters. Here you draw one curve, and the second one you have just one more curve inside it. Just follow the right shape. Now we will move on to the next letter. Okay, so the next one we have A.
Veronica ji,
Yes.
just a request. I think a couple of participants were wanting to close the subtitles or the captions that are showing. So if it's of, I don't think we require those. So if you could just close the captions at your end from the WebEx assistant.
I could see that earlier. Now it's there was an option before. I think all the participants can close at their own end. You can just click on the cross. I think everyone gets that option. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think if you check at the left bottom corner of your screen, there is a small icon which shows, like, maybe it's a blue icon which shows, which is called as a WebEx assistant. If you just touch, if you're logging in from your mobile, you can touch there, it'll close the captions.
Yeah, that's
Even
what I'm saying. It's not showing it to me now. It was showing previously,
I
but
tried,
now after I started,
I also tried
I
it at
start.
my end, so
Yeah,
maybe
please
it's,
try that.
yeah. Can you,
All the participants are requested to close it at their own end,
yes.
because there is an option to close it. I'm not able to find that option after sharing the screen. It just went.
Yeah. So
So
do it at your end. We'll, when we start the meeting next time, we'll close it before starting the meeting.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that would
laptop
be
and
better.
mobile both gives you that option on the left hand corner. I believe in mobile, laptop also would show. It's a blue and purple kind of a small icon. Just touch there, it'll close the captions. Thank you. You can continue.
Okay, thank you. So this is A, the short sound of A. Now I'm going to draw the Sharda version of it. You draw a straight line. First you will draw a straight line, and then see here you had a curved line like this. In case of Sharda, you have a straight line here, and then you have a small loop that starts from here. You make a curve here and join it here. Now here, two things. First is, this will not start from the middle again. Again, this will start from the left hand side corner, slightly left. And the second thing is, when you draw this loop, it's not a round loop like this. You see this? It's not like this. The loop is slightly curved at the right hand side. So there is a dip here. You see this curve comes at the right side. You make a curve here and then you take it here and stop it here. If I draw it like this, so this is a wrong shape. See, you see, note the difference between these and this. These two have a dip here, a curve at the right hand side, and then it goes up. A curve at the right hand side, it comes down and then it goes. Here what I have done is I have made a simple round curve and joined it here. So this shape is not correct. If I draw it again for you with a round brush, you will see how it comes. When you draw it with the sketch pen also, this shape is going to come. A straight line here. Then you will not start from the middle again, you will go towards the right side. When you draw this curve, now here itself, at the right hand side itself, you will make a curve. I'm going to do it again, because now one more thing I'm going to tell you, that when you draw this curve here, do not make a sharp curve like this. This again would be wrong. So what students usually tend to do, from here they do like this. You see this angle here, it has made a triangle here, a very sharp angle. So this is incorrect. Okay, this should not be done. When you draw this line here, it goes softly, smooth curve, and then it touches here. A line, and then very soft curve. But this curve is up towards the left hand side, right hand side, and not in the middle. If you see again, I'm going to draw this very slowly. I'll draw this. here. You will start from the right side. And here at the right side itself, you will make a small curve and take it to the left side. One more thing here that you need to notice is that, see, when I draw this curve, I'm not leaving it here. You see, I have not left such a big gap here. If you see it properly, there's not a gap between this line and this curve. This gap that I have drawn here is incorrect. Okay, so when you draw this line, this curve, when you make it round here, make sure that you get it close to this vertical line. It's coming very close, but this loop here, I've made it very big. Sorry for that. This curve should not be very big. It should not be like this. Okay, it should not be covering the half of the letter. This curve remains on the top itself. It doesn't come to the half of the letter, to the half of this vertical line. If you draw an imaginary line here, like this, and then you make the curve like this, it's not such a big curve. So again, when you draw it here, so this curve has to be soft and slight curve here. It's a semicircular arc here again, and then a line here. It's not a very big curve. It should not come below this point. Okay, so now imagine a line here. So this much, the length should be that much. It should not come below this point. So again, you can draw from these. Don't copy the incorrect ones. And this line is not required. This is just to show you. And here it's not flat. Because of the line, it might be showing flat. The shape is this soft curve here. Don't make it sharp. Don't make it angular when you take this loop to the left hand side. It should be a very soft curve like this.
Veronica ji, if you could just once show the whole letter the way it is shown in our reference material in one stroke how to write, because when we send the reference material, there should be no confusion from right to left in single stroke. If you could just show that once for reference.
Okay. So I'm going to draw this again. When we show you the videos that are reference videos, so there you will see that the letter is drawn in one stroke. Okay, I suppose this is how it's in the video also. I'm not sure.
No, the vertical stroke would come last, the way it is shown in the video. So when you start with the right hand curve, you take it on the Shirorekha and then get the straight line down.
Okay. So if you do, but then I think that let them stick to this one because
just that's also a way to write, just to avoid confusion that what is the correct way. Both are correct. So this is how it is shown in the reference video. So both are correct. That's what I wanted to mention. That is also a way to write.
Correct. So what Nidhi ji is saying is that how I've shown you, I have drawn this vertical line first, right? And then I drew this loop here, correct? This is how I showed you. But when you see the video in our reference material, what you will notice is that this loop would be drawn first, and then this vertical stroke is drawn. So now why we are telling you this? Because if I'm showing you a one way of doing here, and then you see in the video that first the loop is drawn, then the vertical stroke is drawn, so you might get confused. So that's why we are mentioning it here, that this is another way of writing it. It depends on how you are comfortable with. If you are comfortable with drawing the loop first, then do that, no problem in that. You can do that. You can make a loop first and then draw it like this. There is nothing wrong with that. But if you're comfortable with doing the stroke first and then the loop, that's also correct. The shape should be proper. The shape should be as shown. Okay, the shape has to be the same. Rest, which stroke you did do first and which stroke you do after that, that doesn't matter. So both the strokes, you can follow both the ways of writing it. So that's what, right, Nidhi ji, you wanted me to mention? I think am I
Yes.
clear?
Yes. That both the ways
Okay.
are correct. It's just that the reference material might show it that way. So you can write it the way you find convenient. Both the ways are correct.
Okay. Okay, great. So this letter is done. Just copy it. Draw it the way you want it. If you want to do it like that, you can do it, but make sure that you get this shape correct. Okay. I'm going to erase it now, and then I'll show you the next letter. So if you have copied it, then I'm going to move to the next letter. Okay, the next one is the long sound of A, which how we pronounce it is I. It is almost similar in Devanagari and in Sharada also. There is not much difference in both the letters. So in Devanagari, you just have one more this matra on the top, so that makes it I. And here again, it's a similar shape that we just did. Again, I'm used to doing this, so don't get confused with that. I'm used to drawing the stroke first. Okay. Now I'm going to draw the another loop that we just did. Same thing. There is no difference in that loop. The loop is going to be same. It stops here. The only difference now is I'm going to draw this one more top line, one more horizontal line on the top of this Shirorekha. So this represents this matra on the top. You see this, how we do it in Devanagari, this A matra. So this is the matra in Sharda, this top line. This is not a Shirorekha. This is representing this matra. What I mean is this matra in Devanagari is written like this. So that's just the matra covering the letter. On the top of the Shirorekha, we draw another horizontal line. It should be parallel to Shirorekha. There should be enough gap between the two. And this is how you draw it. So once again, let me draw this letter. Let me draw it from this side now. Okay. So there is no difference, as you see. It's just that now I took from the right side. I took the stroke from right side, and in one stroke I finished the letter. And now I draw this matra A on top of it. If I draw it again very slowly, sorry. Small dip at the right side. It's not a circular thing. It's a semicircle at the right hand side. The curve is at the right hand side. I think this curve has become too long. Now we need to keep this curve a little shorter. It should not become too long also. This is the proper size. Then you draw this vertical stroke and one more horizontal stroke on top of it, which makes it I. Okay, so you can copy it now. Again, there is not much to tell you here because it's the same thing that we just did. You will not make a round loop here. You will not make it like this. You will not make the loop too big like this. You will not make it like this. See, it's covering almost more than half of the letter. More than half of this line is covered with this loop, which is incorrect. So try to keep it on the upper portion of the letter. Don't try to get it in the middle. See, if you imagine this is a vertical line. Now imagine a horizontal line coming through the center of this line, exactly at the center. So now this loop is not coming to the center. If you see, this loop is, there's a little gap between this line and the loop. So it's not going to go to the center of the line. From here itself, it goes up. So this is the line. And you will keep this loop within this line.
Excuse me, Veronica ji.
Yes, tell me.
The screen is not visible. If you could just refresh
Again?
the system once. Yeah.
Okay. Is it showing? I'm going to draw and see if it is coming now. No?
Yeah, now it is showing. So if you could just give a minute refresh so that everyone is able to see. Just
Everyone,
a minute.
I think no one is able to see it.
Yes. For me, it has come. So I think now it will come in a minute or so for everyone.
Okay, I'm going to draw again and see if it is coming. I'm drawing a straight line, a horizontal line. Is it coming?
Yeah, for me, it's coming. I can see it now.
Okay.
Yes, everybody is able to see now.
Okay. Okay, so I'll repeat this one, what I mentioned here. I think someone is saying the video is stuck. Is it stuck? Can you see my cursor moving?
Yes, I can see. So I think everybody was not able to see a few minutes back. So if they just refresh it, now it's okay, I believe. Now everybody is able to see.
Okay. Just give me a second. I'm just refreshing it. Okay. So what I mentioned here, I'm going to repeat it again. I was saying that when you imagine a line here, an imaginary line in the center of this vertical stroke here, you imagine this imaginary line. It's going through the center of this vertical line, right at the center. And when you draw this loop, you see this loop is not touching the central axis here. It's not touching this imaginary line. Why? Because this loop is not supposed to go to the middle of this line. It should be right. There should be a slight gap, and we should make a curve before it comes to the central axis. So this is what I was mentioning here. So you draw an imaginary line here now. And then this stroke is touching this line. It's not going to the center. Okay? So while making this loop, you need to make sure that it doesn't go to the center of the line. It doesn't, otherwise the loop will become too big. The only reason to show you these lines and make telling you that why these imaginary lines I'm drawing is so that the loop doesn't become too long. Otherwise, it's going to look like this. Here. This is a line. Now, if I make it go to the center till here, if I make it like that, this is how it's going to look like. No, it will become too big. And then the entire shape, it's not going to look very pleasing. So make sure that this end is here. Now this is the vertical stroke. This is the central axis. And this stroke is not touching the central axis. Okay, it's going up. Okay. Just copy this, and then we are going to give you a chance to show your notebooks before we close. I'm sure that most of you must have done this. So we are going to check the assignments now. I'm going to stop the share screen from here.
Veronica ji,
Yes.
I was just thinking, just to suggest that we can go alphabetical, or we can go in an alphabetical order. So every Saturday and Sunday, we pick probably 5 or 6 participants. So, everybody is actually getting a chance to show. Just a
Yes.
suggestion, if you could.
Yeah, I think that will be better. Otherwise, we can't keep a track of how many students have shown, and that's a good idea to
Yes.
start with. So today,
And
which sorry, go ahead.
we, yeah, and I would strongly suggest everybody to send in their homeworks so that in case your assignment would automatically will get reviews through the week, and so that your chance will come next week. So if we start with A today, we'll finish around 5 assignments today, and go on so on and so forth. And in case we miss somebody, or if somebody is not logged in for today, they can raise a hand next time. But at least we'll be able to keep a track on who all are showing their assignments.
Yes. So where do we start from today, Nidhi?
Let's start
From
from
the
A today. Yeah, so we'll pick up today. We don't have much time, so we'll pick up around 5 today, starting with A.
okay.
Advait.
So let Advait.
Yeah. If you could just rearrange your participant list also, I think then it
What
will
I'll
show
do is I'm
alphabetical
going to
wise.
share my meeting content so that you are also able to see what I see. Okay.
Yes.
So that I think that would be better. Are you able to see it, Nidhi?
Yes.
The meeting window.
Yes, I'm able to see. So if you could just bring on stage Advait.
I think you should be also able to do that. If I'm not able to view
Um,
that name,
Yes, let me try. Advait, your camera is on. I'll just bring it to you, bring you on to the stage. Okay, I'll move on to the next. If you can, Anjali Nair. I'll just come back to Advait because I can't find his. Yeah, Advait is here. I'll just make you. Yeah.
Do you want to do your meeting window? Share your meeting window, and I'll close mine.
Yeah, you can just make me the presenter then.
Yeah, that will be better. I'm going to start.
Yeah.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Are you able to see my screen?
Not yet.
Just 1 minute. I believe there's a slight lag. Okay, I think I don't know why it is not coming.
Did you share it from the share content?
Yeah, I was trying to share it from the, if I could show my screen. No, it's not giving me that option.
Try it from your left hand side bar, task bar,
Yeah.
on the top.
Yes, just 1 minute. I'll show my screen.
Yes, it's showing now.
You able to see the meeting detail screen, I believe.
Yes, I can see that.
Yes, just 1 minute. It's not giving me the option of the. It's not giving me the screen where I could pin the participants' screen.
On the names also, it's not giving you?
No, it's not giving me the option.
1 second, Nidhi. What I'll do is. I've made you the host.
Yeah, just 1 minute.
Yeah. So I think you can do it now.
Advait, I'll just try and. Advait, is your camera on? If you could just put on your camera. Yeah. I am trying to pin it to the stage, but it's not allowing me today somehow.
Okay. So should I do it then? I'll again.
Yeah, just try and do it that way.
Okay. So you can stop your screen share.
Yeah, I've given you the host rights again.
Okay, so let's start from A. Now I can see Advait, but your camera is off. Advait. Yes. 1 second, I'll get you to the stage. No, I again cannot see you, Advait.
Okay, so I guess today we'll go the way that we used to do. Pin whoever you can see on the video. We'll try and fix it for the next meeting then.
Yeah. Okay, here I found him again. So here this is Advait's assignment. Okay, very nicely drawn. And you're using a very good pen also.
Beautiful. You've drawn it
Yes.
very beautifully. Just make sure that you send your assignments to us so we'll be able to review it individually and send you any corrections if possible. I mean, if there are any corrections, we'll be able to send it to you. Okay. Next, very nice, Advait. Anjali Nair, you there? Can you put switch on your camera?
Give me a second till I get you on the stage. Yes, put your camera on, Anjali.
Okay, Anjali is not able to put on her camera. She just messaged. Arnav Jadhav, and whoever is not able to show it today can surely send it to us on WhatsApp. I believe everybody is now in the WhatsApp groups, whoever had mailed us also. And if somebody is mailed and not been added, I'll add them right away after the meeting. So, Arnav Jadhav, are you able to put on your camera? No.
No.
Let's move on
to
to
another.
Atharva Khedekar. Yes.
I'll get him to the stage.
Yes.
Okay, here. Yes. Yeah. Good work. Just few things that in A, that vertical stroke, that vertical line that you have drawn, just keep it straight. It's a little slant. So try to make your letters a little straight. Otherwise, you have written nicely. Good. Nice work. Nicely written. And you're
We'll just
using the
pick
right.
one. Sorry,
So,
sorry to cut in.
no,
I
please
will
go
just
ahead.
pick one more for today so that we've set this process. So, according to your name, your assignments would be called for the next session. Avni Karthik, can you show your assignment or your work for today? Rest, everyone, request you to shut your, put off your cameras. Everybody will get a chance in the coming sessions. Avni Karthik, put on your camera. Okay,
No,
so we
I
have
think
already
it's
passed 10 minutes. We have 10 minutes extra for today's meeting. So,
okay. Avni, I think Avni is showing her assignment.
yes, very good. Everyone, in fact, everyone's doing a really nice job. The assignments, I believe now a lot of students have sent the assignments in the past 1 hour. So just make sure that you send your assignments to us. We'll check, review. And Avni, a great job. You're doing it very nicely. So everyone would get a chance from the next sessions. We'll make sure that we'll go name, alphabetical wise, and rest. Whoever is not able to show for today, just send us your assignments in WhatsApp. We will review, and next time when we pick assignments, we will review those assignments as well. And just one more announcement. Tomorrow, being India's Independence Day, will not be having our session for tomorrow. So we'll meet you all next week now.
Yes. So should we close it or you want to check more
Yeah, I
assignments?
believe because we are already at 9, we are already past 10 minutes of our regular
Okay.
meeting time. So for today, I think
Yes.
we should stop here.
Yeah. Okay. So we will close our session today. And before closing, we will end it with a Shanti mantra. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukhabhag Bhavet. Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.